Welcome to the world of carnivorous plants. I think I swallowed a gnat. You may think these leafy organisms that eat everything from insects to arachnids to even mammals are attempting payback for that one time you actually ate all your veggies at dinner, but they're actually amazingly adapted for their specific environment. Most plants only require a few things to survive, things like sunlight, water, air, and mineral nutrients, which they usually get from the dirt or soil that they're growing in. These required nutrients are elements like nitrogen and phosphorus, things that plants need to grow and reproduce. So what happens if a plant can't obtain those nutrients? If they live in environments like this bog here in Southeast Texas, usually they would die. But our carnivorous friends have found a way to thrive here. Most carnivorous plants live in environments without a lot of available nutrients, like this bog. These plants still make their glucose from sunlight energy through photosynthesis, but the soil here is very acidic, which keeps the plants from being able to access the nutrients in the soil. So in response, carnivorous plants have adapted to be able to source their required nitrogen from somewhere else. These plants draw extra nutrition from unsuspecting prey, mostly insects. And boy, are there insects. Right on cue. We found some pitcher plants. Look at them. There's so many. This deep basin is actually a modified leaf structure filled with digestive enzymes. Insects venture in looking for food, drawn to the pitcher's coloration and alluring scent, just like they are with flowering plants. Little does the insect know that the nectar contains a chemical called connine that slows the insect down. Eventually, it falls down that funnel into that pool of liquid enzymes and drowns. Those enzymes slowly begin to break its body down into microscopic particles the pitcher plant can consume through its leaves. If that wasn't enough, this plant also has downward pointing hairs at the bottom of the pitcher that makes climbing out even more difficult for the insects. What's even more impressive is that some species of pitcher plants can catch more than insects. Certain tropical pitcher plants are so large that they've been known to trap amphibians like frogs and small rodents like mice. This is Butterwort, a flowering carnivorous plant. Sounds like something a witch would need for a potion. Get me a dash of Butterwort. The long flower stalks keep helpful insects away from the carnivore's trap, a way of separating pollinators from food. Those traps are the sticky surface of the leaves below. These adhesive substances are produced by mucilage secreted by glands located on the leaf's surface, forming visible droplets. This wet appearance likely helps lure prey in search of water. As the insect struggles to free itself, more glands are triggered and the insect becomes encased in digestive mucilage. So far, our carnivorous plants have solely relied on digestive secretions, sticky or impairing, to trap their prey. Next, we will look at plants with thigmotropic responses. Thigmotropic responses are plant structure movements in response to touch stimuli. This can look like leaves closing like this, or the tendrils on a vine moving to curl around structures for growth support. Can you think of a carnivorous plant that snaps? This is a Venus flytrap. These plants have hinge-like leaf structures, which emit a sweet smell and attract insects like flies. When a fly lands on the leaf, it brushes against trigger hairs, sending a little electric charge through the leaf. Each charge causes water to move from one part of the leaf to another. This change in water pressure makes the hinge snap shut in under a second. The struggling prey touches more hairs, and the flow of digestive juices begins. When those leaf structures open again a few days later, only the shell of the exoskeleton remains. And these are sundews. The leaves here are covered in thin, wispy hairs, each with a tiny drop of liquid at the end. We've seen liquid like this before. Thinking that this liquid is actually nectar, the insects will fly in for a tasty snack. Like we've already discovered with the butterwort, those dewdrops are actually mucilage, a sticky trap for the insect. The sundew takes it a step further, and those wispy tentacles move to curl around the insect, holding it tightly and maximizing the number of hairs it touches, which speeds up digestion. If you're still here liking this video, Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. In more watery spots in the bog, you will find this guy, the Bladderwort. Their prey-catching mechanisms are small, empty chambers growing from their stems. When a tiny creature like a crustacean or small tadpole passes by, it brushes against these structures called trigger hairs. The hairs are just as they sound, a trigger to make the door to the chamber pop open. And as water rushes in to fill the empty space inside, the prey gets sucked in too. The speediest of all carnivorous plants, the Bladderwort gets you in less than 1,000th of a second. Then the Bladderwort releases digestive enzymes into the chamber to break down the insect's body and absorb those nutrients. After its meal, the chamber squeezes out all the water, closes the door, and is ready to catch more prey. Turns out, plants can be savage. So the next time you're being bugged by a bug, fondly think of these guys out here doing their good work. And if you want to learn more science, you can check out this video next.
Savage.
Yuck. Oh. There's a bug on me. Okay. 3? Yeah. I'm being bugged by a bug. Hey, stop it. Buggy.